Want to see our logos grippers? Sub to the YouTube thing, and if we get enough, we might give you a little present. There you go.
Get us to 1,000 to see the grippers of the zombie.
Get us 1,000 subs.
That's right. The shirt's coming off. The shirt. It's getting serious. The shirt is coming off.
Oh no, it's time for a white man throwdown.
And the other day I was asleep, right?
Oh no,
And
he was sleeping.
I was
Was it
sleeping.
your first time?
Yeah, I don't. We forgot to say the intro. I just realized.
Mhm.
All right, Reid, do the intro.
No, someone else do it this week.
Oh, Maury should do it.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the Gred podcast. I'm eating, and my name is Maureen.
Hi, I'm Reid.
Hi, I'm Sahara.
But the other day I was asleep and I just hear, "Oh my god! What did you do? What did you do? What have you been doing?" So I get up, immediately run downstairs. Everything's covered in mud. It's everywhere. And I look around. I'm barefoot, so I'm getting lovely dirt all over my feet. And I find the puppy, and he had been just rolling around in dirt. And by then, my mom had thrown a white blanket because he had already wrecked it over him, so he'd stop getting mud everywhere.
Bro.
Yeah, he got.
Well,
He was. So the sprinkler. One of the dogs accidentally shifted the sprinklers because when the sprinklers come on, they like to go attack the sprinklers because the sprinklers are on their property.
Mm-hmm.
They're in their
As they
domain,
should.
and we can't have that. So they go attack him, and I think what happened is it just turned the sprinkler and sprayed on the dirt, and the puppy decided to go play in that, and then he got mud everywhere. And then Ryder, my 10-year-old lab pit mix, also decided to go play in the mud, which is out of character for him, but whatever.
what a good boy.
Yeah, he was just like, little man's playing in the mud, I'm gonna go join him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Penny, my 9-year-old blue healer, had like little specks of mud on her, probably from the puppy being like, I love you, hey," and the puppy was just covered in mud, like the lower half of him, his back legs, just covered in mud, like he'd been like rolling it. It was on his face. So what I want you guys to do is I want you to guess how long each dog took to get clean.
Okay.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, so you're...
Okay, hang on. Am I including the time it took to wrangle them to put them in the bath
Yes,
time,
you
and then
are.
drying them?
Yes, you are, because that is a part of the cleaning process.
Okay. I am a former pet stylist, so
what?
I know. I avoided the term just so I wouldn't get that question.
Pet... Ayo? Shane Dawson?
You do what?
You do what?
She grooms
Ayo?
dogs, people.
In game?
She grooms them.
I used to. I'm reformed.
Reformed?
In game.
She went to rehab.
She went to rehab. It was a whole
In-game.
thing.
Oh Lord.
It was a big intervention. It was a big intervention.
I did not go to rehab. I did not.
Tony Hawk was there. It was weird. He's like,
I've met
"Sir,
Tony
you gotta
Hawk.
get better, man."
Okay, circling back.
Focus. That was ADHD moment.
So based on personal experiences, I'm gonna say each dog with wrangle time and drying time and washing time took 45 minutes.
Each?
Total, I'm assuming like no more than like an hour and a half for all 3 dogs.
So you're saying 40?
Maury?
Wait, you're saying 45 for each dog?
No.
What was your answer?
Like an hour and a half total for all 3 dogs.
What about individually?
that would be like 30 minutes, right?
Yes.
I don't know how to do math.
All right.
That's my minimum number.
Okay. More?
What about you, Maury?
I'd probably say like 2 hours.
All right. What about individually? What would you say? Would you say there's any like difference between the times that it takes?
Well, yeah, I'm assuming the puppy would take shorter amount of time, maybe
Mhm.
more to chase down and grab, but I don't think he's that um
That's not
that
his.
difficult to
Rambunctious.
get.
That's not his beat. He comes to you.
Yeah, exactly.
He'll be like, he's
He
like,
does
But
what?
he's smaller, so
don't you
um,
dare.
so yeah, probably like probably take like 30 minutes to do him, and then
Mhm.
I don't know, 45, something like that
Okay.
for the
Mhm.
other two.
All right. All right. All y'all are about to get shocked. So, um, Wally took 45 minutes.
Okay, that
45 to
tracks.
50, 45 to 50 minutes. Ryder,
Okay.
he took 20 minutes.
Okay.
But he was also somehow the longest to wrangle.
Mm-hmm.
It was like 5 minutes. His bath took like 15 minutes. Like when he fights you the entire way up the stairs,
Mm-hmm.
like
Yikes.
I have to carry his 100-pound ass upstairs.
Why'd you take him upstairs?
I take him upstairs,
Bathtub.
bathtub,
But why don't you just put him in the shower?
because they'll leave with the
Yeah, they'll
tub.
just walk out.
Yeah, with the tub, they'll be like, I need to step on the tub lip to get out of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I Wally the entire time, he kept on sitting anytime you like shot him with water, like near his butt, which
Yeah.
sucked because that's where all the fucking mud was. That's why he
Mhm.
took like 45 minutes because I'd have to
Yeah.
stop, let him stand back up, do it, spray him with water,
Mhm.
and then he'd sit back down. And I was just like, dude, why are you making my life so difficult? And then he started falling asleep while I was
Yeah.
holding him up, and he started being like, and I was me. Oh, what's going on?
Nice.
Ryder, you carry him upstairs. You put him in the tub. He might jump out, but once you put him back
Mhm.
in and you start like getting the water on him, he's like, ah, you have gotten me. So I guess I will only make this. I'll make this take less time. He's the most cooperative, and he loves getting dried off.
And he's
What a good boy.
Australian.
Yeah, Penny had the least amount of mud on her, and she didn't even
Yeah.
need a bath. It was just flakes of mud on
Oh.
her. So I would
Fair.
just wet a towel, and then I just got the mud, just wiped it across her back, and she was clean.
Nice. So I was pretty
Yeah.
close with my hour and a half.
Okay,
You're pretty
now
close.
I have another question.
Oh no.
How long did it take to clean up all the mud inside the house?
Too long.
An hour.
Okay,
30 minutes.
that was about 2
No.
hours.
Oh, nice.
It was paw tracks
Oh.
throughout the entire house. He was
Mhm.
shaking while running through the house, so he was throwing mud all over the walls. There's mud all
Good
over the
dog.
slider door. There's mud on the furniture, mud on the floor, mud on the wall, mud on the ceiling. Ceiling is the most impressive to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was my mom and I divided and conquer. She's like, you deal with the dogs. I'll just clean this up. It's like, okay. And then I dealt with the dogs, and then I started helping cleaning downstairs.
Nice. Back when I was working at the salon, we had this pit bull. His name was Harley. He was one of my favorites, but he
Mhm.
was like 100 pounds, and he was just pure pit bull. And he was the most happy-go-lucky boy. And he was old. He was like 7 or 8,
Mhm.
and had to have ACL surgery at one point. And I was giving him a bath, and he was almost done. And the way it was set up, it was like a regular people bathtub on stilts, and we had stairs for the dogs to get in and out, and it was like a normal shower. And so we had built-ins that had shampoo right next to you, and it was huge gallon jugs, and then right on the other side was folded towels for you to use. And so I was grabbing a towel, but he was special, so he was allergic to our detergent, so we had to use towels his mom gave us. So I grabbed the trash bag of towels that she gave me. And so I was getting ready to wrap him in it, and I had turned to grab the towel, and as I'm turning back, he is on the lip of the tub, which is like 4 feet in the air, and he's about to jump, and I'm like telling him, get down, and before he would listen, he jumped, and I caught him midair, and he was like, "Oh, hello, I love you so much," and I was like, "Please don't do that."
Human, it seems you saved me from my impending doom.
Yeah. And then we had this golden retriever named Humphrey.
Humphrey?
His name was Humphrey.
I love it.
And he was super, super lazy. If I have it, I'll send you a picture so that it can be post in editing. Because he was the goodest boy. Unfortunately, he's passed away. But he was very overweight at one time. And his owner worked with him really hard to get him to lose weight. And he did. But that did not diminish his lazy personality. He was very selective.
Very.
And he would not get up the stairs. It took 3 of us to lift him up there because he was very much dead weight. And so we would get him in there, and he would lay down the whole time. And he was just a good boy, and he would just lounge around the salon until it was time to go home.
What a good
and
boy.
Then he was such a good boy. Honestly, one of my favorite dogs ever.
With Ryder, I wanted to avoid carrying him up the stairs because fuck that. So
Yeah,
of
exactly.
course I laid out a Scooby-Doo-esque trail of treats up the stairs.
Motivation.
Yeah, and he like got to the first step, he ate that one. Got to the second one, ate that one. And then I was like, okay, we'll do 1, 2, and then 4. Then every like other one.
Yeah.
And then he was like, he looked at the one on the 4th step, and he was like, nah, man, I don't got that in me. And he just walked away. And then my mom went upstairs, tried to get him to come up the stairs. And he didn't. So I had to carry him anyway.
I have a dog like that.
Yeah. When Ryder was younger and I went to give him a bath one time, he decided as I was putting him in the bath to push against my chest, causing me to trip. So I let go and we both fell. He was fine. He landed on his feet in the bathtub, and I just fell next to the bathtub, laying there, just like, oh my gosh. And he tried to jump out, and then I caught him, and I put him back in the tub.
I love Ryder. I have one last story about when I was at the salon, and it's
so the boss that I had at the time had this client that had a purebred poodle, standard poodle, and the dog's name was Paris. The dog was really good because she's been getting her haircut since she was a puppy. So she was very well behaved, but my boss didn't like grooming her because she would have to block out her schedule and not be able to take any other appointments that day because the dog would take so long.
Why?
And
a poodle?
It's a poodle.
It's a standard poodle, which is quite a big dog, but they also have a lot of hair.
Big boy.
Did you just misgender her? I'm kidding.
Anyway.
So if you've ever seen a standard poodle in like a dog show, they always have like a shaved face and most of their body, and then they have like a mane, really long ears, and then tufts around their feet. Yeah. And then their tails are shaven. And so she would come in like every 2-3 weeks.
Jesus.
And it's because her owners didn't really brush her hair. So she had a really long mane. Everything was short except for her paws. And her hair. And cuz they like to braid it and stuff and like they put fake flowers in it and didn't take them out before. It was kind of annoying. But that's okay. And so we would always do something cute with her hair. Like Paris was super spoiled and so we would like braid her hair and it would look super cute and then yeah. So she always took a long time to dry because her feet would take forever and and the hair around her head would take forever. So when I was a grooming student, I would always take on the appointment. And so I would spend like 5 to 8 hours on this one dog from brushing her hair before the bath, in the bath conditioning it for 15 minutes and then having her on the table for another 30 to an hour drying her and then I would cut her hair. And then one time I was combing out the mats before the bath and she just reeked of weed and like she's never come into the salon smelling like weed
the
before.
ganj.
And so I'm combing her out because she was green from running through the backyard. And we were like, oh, that's so weird because she's never been stained like that before because she was pure white.
Yeah.
And we were like, that's so weird.
Dog found
and
stash.
So I'm combing out her paws, which are like 3 inches long of hair. And so I'm combing them because they're matted and I need them to look presentable before I put her in the bath because it'll just get worse. And I'm combing and I see a leaf and I'm like, what is that? And I pull it out and it was a fully intact marijuana leaf.
Yep.
And I was like,
found the ganj.
Paris!
Yep,
And
she's a smuggler.
after she went home, we found out that she had run through their friend's marijuana garden.
Oh, that is so expensive. That is so much damage.
It is,
yeah.
and what's worse,
if I
is
threw a
that-
baseball into a weed farm, and it
yeah,
hit, that'd probably be like $60 worth of damage. Like,
yeah, at least.
but dog transferring through, that's gotta be like maybe $500 of lost
Yeah.
product. Insane.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and what's worse is because she ran through it and had it stuck in her paws, that her whole body just reeked, and I had to bathe her more and longer and put on more perfume after because you could still smell it.
Yeah, you need to soak her in
she
tomato
was-
juice.
Dank.
You need to soak her in like tomato. That's how you deal with skunk.
Well,
It's the same.
yes.
It's the same chemical compound, right?
I don't think so.
I think.
But
yeah.
With skunk spray, you're not supposed to get your dog wet.
Oh,
What really works really well, life hack, is
not
when
letting
you
your dog
get
getting hit.
After your dog gets sprayed, then you can use Dawn dish soap. Just lather Dawn dish soap all over your dog, and massage it in, and then rinse, and then do it again because you don't want to get them wet right away because it'll open up the hair follicle and it'll get trapped, and your dog will smell like
That for like.
for a long time. A long time.
Why do we even have skunks? I wish they'd patch them out.
Yeah, what's their point?
Yeah, it's like
Why did God even make them?
it's like why do we have wasp?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
ants.
Yeah.
Well,
Dude, there's so many wasps in my pool.
I think the point of wasp is that they're dicks, and there needs to be a dick in the ecosystem.
I mean, we have enough dicks. Like, you.
Oh, you fucker.
But also other things, you know?
Yeah. I don't know, man.
What, you want to talk about Starfield?
Like badgers, you know? Oh, there's still more material here, okay? Like ants, I get that they like they eat detritus, you know? So they decompose shit. They help decompose shit.
Mm-hmm.
Same with like worms and fucking maggots and flies and all that shit.
Yes.
What do wasps even do?
They just kill. They're supposed to be dicks. That's their point.
Like what? Like God. Why?
Is it supposed to be like like population control or whatever. Because if you get rid of the predator, the prey will exponentially have too much or
Yeah, but
whatever.
what do wasps kill? What are they supposed to kill?
I don't
Everything,
know. Let's find out.
everything
will
in its
find out.
everything in its sight.
But have you seen
Everything.
wasps get ganged up by a whole colony of bees?
No, I haven't.
As soon as one wasp kills one bee, the entire nest gangs up on the wasp and just annihilates it.
Hey, bud, you run the wrong colors.
And then you hear the Metal Gear music.
So wasps, um, they hunt insects like spiders, ants, and
Mhm.
caterpillars.
They kill spiders? Hold on.
Spiders, ants, and caterpillars.
Hold on now.
Spiders are good at killing flies.
N-
I mean,
I don't
True.
think the evil of wasp is worth killing the spiders.
But fun fact, because Maury just said that badgers are a useless creature.
They're just mean.
The most common wasp predator is badgers, bears, raccoons, skunks, and hedgehogs.
Of course. This
So
all makes
see,
sense. Yeah,
yeah.
that makes sense. The fucking predator for a wasp is a fucking bear.
but
That
then
makes
like
sense.
then like
Oh,
why have them, and why not just get rid of what they're supposed to be killing in the first place? You know?
yeah. I
Um,
just looked up their purpose, and their sole purpose is to provide us with free, eco-friendly, natural pest control services.
damn.
Then
But
why not just fucking
Nature's
get rid of them?
boogeyman.
so two pros for wasps is they pollinate and they eat insects that endanger our crops and carry disease.
Okay, I feel we
But
can
they're
control
also
them.
dicks.
We can control them to those areas.
Yes, I think we got it from here.
Like we can
I
just
don't I don't
see the
like
problem
what.
with wasp is like they're really mean. They're too mean.
And like we could
Yeah.
do everything that wasps do.
Well, hold on.
I
What?
could do it myself.
Well, like there are bugs that we have done evolution on accidentally. They've become
Yeah. No, they can't. They're resistant to pesticides
they're
and shit.
resistant to pesticides now, and like that means the pesticides are gonna have to get stronger. So I feel like if we got rid of the wasp, that wouldn't that would mean we'd have to get more deadly quicker because they are already doing some of the work for us. Though I feel we need to figure out a way to contain them to those places.
I mean,
Dome it. Put a big
it's
dome around it.
it's ants, you know? It's ants.
Ants? What's wrong with ants?
Ants.
What's wrong with ants?
Ants.
The ants.
I hate
I don't
ants.
mind ants.
I hate them.
Why?
I hate them.
Why do you hate ants?
When I was little, it could have been a fever dream.
You burned
Could have
them?
never happened. But when I was little, I remember walking up the hill, to the driveway into where I live,
Mhm.
and I remember we were walking up to get the letters from the mailbox, and on the way down, I must have been like 5, something like that.
Mhm.
I remember feeling a horrific amount of pain on my knee, and then I started crying. And then my sister and my mom were like, "What's going on?"
Start crying.
Yeah, and then
Beta male.
all right, Reid. Anyways, yeah, my mom and my sister were like, "What's going on?" And then I remember in my head, maybe it's really happened, but I remember an ant crawling out of a hole in my knee.
Oh my god.
And I remember it vividly, but I could have been hallucinating
I don't think
or
they
something.
could have.
Yeah.
I don't think they got that much power, dog.
Well, it was a red one. I don't know, man.
I don't.
Oof.
I like.
Fire
If you
ant.
told me it was like one of those tree cutter ants, I could believe it.
Yeah, I don't know. You don't know half the wildlife that I have at my house.
That's true. The wildlife by
It
your
gets
house seems to be bigger for some
it
reason.
gets it's basically Australia where I live.
It's a
True.
fucking problem.
I also have a horrific past with ants. So, my great grandfather had a major sweet tooth. He was born during the Great Depression, so he loved his candy. And
Yeah.
And those things
so
are related.
Those things are, yes.
yeah, because he
The
couldn't
Great
have as
Depression
much
candy.
candy when he was growing up.
Because
So as
they
an
were too
adult,
happy, and you had to be depressed.
That's right. That's why it's called the Great
yeah.
Depression.
So, anyways, when I was growing up, when I was like, I was already living in Indiana, and we came out to visit my great grandpa because he hadn't moved out there yet. So we were visiting him and helping him get his stuff ready to move. And he used to buy mass amounts of candy and keep them in like a black plastic tote.
Yeah.
Like ones you keep in the garage. And so he had huge boxes,
Mhm.
like Smart and Final size boxes of candy and stuff. And unfortunately, it was the summer and ants had gotten into them. And there was like a ton of ants. Like it was filled with ants. And I was like 4 years old. And so my family was trying to get rid of the ants, like scooping them out and stuff and like trying to get rid of all the candy. And
Holy shit.
I'm like nearby, and my cousin and her at the time wife were and looked over at me, and I was just covered in ants. And so they freaked out, and I just remember being in the shower and they're showering ants off of me.
Actual nightmare feel. That is
It,
I have had
yes,
that. I've had that in a nightmare before. That is
but I surprisingly don't hate ants. But fun fact, I've never been stung by a bee, knock on wood.
I'm allergic.
I don't know if I'm allergic.
Beta male.
Fuck you.
Actual beta male. Is
Actually,
it like severe?
No, my allergic reactions are weird and not normal.
Mm-hmm.
I stepped on
Beta male.
Hold on. No, that's what you call an alpha male allergic reaction because my throat didn't close up. But I stepped on a bee and my foot had delayed allergic reaction, so my foot slowly swelled up.
Nice.
And then I had to go to a doctor that sounded like Seth Rogen.
Nice.
He was like, "What are we gonna do? We'll give you some antibiotics, and that's just all the problems."
You said Seth Rogen, not Yoda. Antibiotics I must give.
No, that's my best Seth Rogen. I know it was not great.
It was like Seth Rogen and Yoda had a baby.
Yeah.
It's closer than Maury's. It's just
That's his laugh. It's his signature laugh.
Not really. His laugh is more
What?
it's
No,
like
it's not.
It's like he's struggling.
No, it's not.
Am I remembering
Brock,
something?
edit in Seth Rogen laugh.
Am I remembering his laugh wrong? Hold on,
Yes.
don't. This is his.
It is
don't.
not hyperventilating.
Your mine is a lot closer than yours, Reid.
I'm remembering his laugh
really-
wrong, or maybe he has had two different laughs as the years
His
gone
laugh
on.
sounds a little different now than it did previously.
I don't know. I remember his laugh in that video with Ice Cube, where Ice Cube was like, "If you eat Twizzlers, kill yourself."
Oh yeah, you sent that to me. Yeah, his laugh sounds a little different in that video.
Yeah, that's what my my brain's like. That's his laugh now, forever. And then I'm also allergic to blueberries.
Wow,
So weird.
that's super beta. That's
I
mega
mean-
giga beta.
I mean, blueberries. It's the most it's kind of a shitty fruit.
Dude, imagine
No.
being able to die from a blueberry.
I mean, hold on.
Reid, you're always like, oh, you and me, Maury, we could take over the world.
We could take over the world.
Meanwhile, you're allergic to blueberries, dog.
Dog. I don't die though. That's the difference.
I don't care.
Okay, but if you
Your
have
body
enough
does.
blueberries, could you theoretically die?
We haven't tried that yet. You know
Well,
what?
you probably go into anaphylactic shock.
Yeah, maybe.
You know what?
But like the last
Next
time
week?
I had one at work. One of my coworkers like, "Want a blueberry?" And I didn't know. And I was like, "Yeah." And slowly throughout the day, it kind of got harder to swallow.
Hold on.
That's what she said.
Your coworker said, yeah, that's what she said. Your coworker said, "Hey, do you want a blueberry?"
Yeah.
And you didn't know that it was a blueberry.
No, I didn't know I had an allergic reaction. I was allergic.
Oh, okay.
Because you can
Okay.
develop allergies later in life.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I know. But like,
Yeah. And then I
okay,
had
now
it,
I'm
and then
understanding.
my like it got harder to swallow throughout the day. That's what she said. And then I went to sleep, and I woke up, and like I could like it. My throat was closed, but I was able to breathe still. But like could like
Okay.
barely swallow. I got some water, chugged it, and I went back to sleep. And then when I woke up, I was fine.
Hmm.
And when I told my mom this, she was like, "That was a allergic reaction, you psychopath. You should have been more responsible than that."
Yeah.
I was just like, "Nah, I sleep.
Sleep.
I sleep."
You know, I am allergic to 40s.
Yeah.
I'm allergic to 40. Yeah, understandable. Wait, you can't play Edward 40 hands?
No, I can't play Edward 40 hands.
I mean, next podcast, everyone does Eddie 40 hands.
Yeah.
I think that would be some unusable footage.
Oh, for episode 4, we have to drink Four Loco.
Oh,
Oh,
God. Why don't you just say, hey, for episode 4, you should eat fiberglass insulation, or drywall dust, or tissue paper. Like,
We have to drink
I would
Four
rather
Locos.
eat drywall.
just a chunk of drywall.
Dude,
You
people
ever
eat light bulbs and they're fine. I think
A dude ate a plane one time.
yeah, My Strange Addiction, motherfuckers are
I love
eating
that show.
anything and everything.
Anything?
Air freshener. Okay,
Yeah.
I must say that the lady that was eating air freshener, she had the most taste out of everyone else because she was putting it on crunchy ice and just holding that cup up there to get it
Oh.
sprayed on there. I must say it was the most innovative.
Oh.
And she wasn't eating her car. So, you know.
Why have you... Oh, that is... It's terrible.
Better than the lady that drank her own piss out of a wine glass.
What the fuck, Richard?
I love My Strange Addiction. It's funny.
Probably.
There was a guy that was in a romantic relationship with inflatables.
Okay.
One in a romantic relationship with his car.
That's
I know
just...
a couple people like that.
This is just loneliness. That's all it is.
It's trauma.
Trauma and loneliness. And a bit of incel behavior.
Yeah, what you just said is something Theo Vaughn would say
That's true.
casually.
Theo Vaughn just be like, one day I was out in the park with my dad.
Yeah, I remember we
And
used to.
he punched me in the throat.
I remember we used to eat drywall.
I remember
And
I remember we used to throw back bottles of bleach all the time.
I remember my dad used to give me the drywall that he didn't use, and I eat it. I was a good little boy.
He put it between two slices of bread. Said drywall sandwich.
We had this guy in our neighborhood. His name was Drywall Steve. And he used to eat all the drywall people's houses.
I blew him one time.
Yeah, he's dead now.
Yeah, it was
he ate too much drywall.
Yeah, it was the drywall. Now,
Anyways.
Asbestos Jimmy, he went down after 3 weeks of being asbestos. Longest man ever to do it. Okay, Starfield, and then conspiracy time.
Starfield, it's like it looks like Fallout 76, but it's No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
But the art style designed by NASA, kind of.
Kinda.
But grayer.
Gray and sad.
Everything's gray. and grayed out the gray color palette, and it looks like Fallout 76. But recently I've been playing Fallout 4, and I could make Fallout 4 look as good, if not better, than Starfield.
Yeah, that's probably true. I heard.
Go ahead.
I heard the okay, in No Man's Sky, it has shit. No Man's Sky has shit that Starfield doesn't, which is insane to me. How the fuck does an indie studio have in-atmosphere flying in their game and Bethesda can't do it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How come you can take off from planets without a load screen? You can run around the entire hoe without going back to your ship because it's not tiles.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. I think it should lose like 2 points on every review for that, at least.
Fuck, what was that one game called? Elite Dangerous. Elite Dangerous has the entire galaxy mapped out, and you can just fly to wherever you want. And that shit released like 6-7 years ago. Elite Dangerous. Meanwhile, they spend $400 million making this piece of shit.
400 mil. 400. You know, the new Saints Row, that was 100 mil.
Yeah. Yep.
And they closed.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think Bethesda's just has no fucking idea what the fuck they're doing.
Bethesda looks like a company that stumbled into be successful, and now they're just kind of rolling with it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say they're the worst though. They're not the worst studio.
Activision Blizzard.
Like, Activision Blizzard and sometimes EA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes Ubisoft.
Yeah.
I could agree.
And all-time record holder 343.
Are you just saying yes because you have no idea what we're talking about?
No.
No.
Okay.
Because Reid told me to actually research, and I watched 27 videos on Starfield.
Damn.
And then on like 3 videos about another game, and I forget what game it was.
Was it?
I told Reid about it earlier.
It was No Man's Sky.
Yeah, it was No Man's Sky.
Yeah,
I liked No Man's Sky now, and Reid still refuses to play it with me.
I was mad. I'll play it with you. I was mad at them. That time has passed now. The anger is gone.
It had been like 3 years at that time.
I stay mad for a very long time. Never forget.
It's been like 2 years since.
I
don't even want to play it anymore.
What, you just want me to forget about 9/11? Huh, Maury? Never forget.
Mean, yeah.
Never forget.
What are we talking about?
I don't even know anymore.
Starfield.
What is 9/11?
Never forget.
I've forgotten.
Oh, shit.
I've forgotten.
This is you're not supposed to. It's against the rules.
Yes, Starfield. I don't care. I'll be honest. I don't care. I don't really care about Bethesda. I don't even care about gaming anymore.
That's kind of sad.
At all. Like, it's just it's the same thing with Marvel. It's the same thing with Marvel. I don't care anymore. You know. I think the time's passed. And actually, I don't care about humanity anymore. Humanity has reached a peak in 2007, and it's all been downhill since. You know how many great things have released in just 2007? I can look it up right now and go through it with you guys. You guys will realize what I'm talking about if I just go through the list.
How are you saying these things? Oppenheimer came out this year. What the fuck are you talking about?
I don't care, because you know what? You know what released in 2007? September 21st, 2007? Halo 3.
Based.
You know what else released 2007? The first BioShock. The first Assassin's Creed.
Oh, that was...
Mario Galaxy.
Why did they pop off so hard that year?
I'm telling you, humanity
peaked. It was the last year before the housing crisis.
That's true. Actually, video game companies are immune to that, like, economic downturn, for some reason. Do you know that?
Yeah.
No.
Humanity should have ended 2007.
The Mayans were right.
2012. Spare me the rest. That was like the last.
Avatar,
All
I
these
think,
fucking
released
pessimists.
2008.
All these pessimists. I'm sitting here, Mr. Optimistic, and I shouldn't be the Mr. Optimistic one.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm the opposite of an optimist. You ever heard of an accelerationist?
Yeah.
Oh.
You nuke. They wanna speed everything.
Yeah,
They
that's
want to speed up the end of the world.
my political ideology is an accelerationist. I'm gonna vote for the other party that I don't like, so that they'll cause a nuclear war,
Mm-hmm.
and I can pick up the pieces and rebuild after they're done.
That's such a bad
Okay.
idea. You're like the
Yeah.
king. You're like that's like being the king of shit.
I mean, a little bit.
Yeah, I just want them to, just get it over with.
I don't know.
I mean,
Sarah, what you got on
I don't
Starfield?
know. Okay, this is coming from the perspective of someone that does not play anything other than Animal Crossing,
And this is why I want to hear it.
Sims 4,
You're like a Sahara.
Minecraft.
Sahara, you're a very rare demographic for gaming. So this
I'm
is
a rare demographic in general. I'm a Hispanic female that is registered Republican, that is bisexual, and does not know how to play games.
yeah.
So
You are a mystery of a person.
so wrong. My opinions are so ass backwards.
The only thing I'm registered
okay.
on is a watch list. They probably have my picture up next to Osama bin Laden.
Honestly, probably not.
I mean,
I think they don't care. I think they just stopped caring. At a certain, they just gave up.
Yes. Okay. So after watching a lot of videos, so the first thing I saw, which was on TikTok, like momentarily after I started talking to Reid about Starfield, and it was all about the pronouns.
I'm
I'm like,
so stupid. Just let people be people.
Literally, people boycotting and returning the game, I can understand if it's completely shitty, but if you can't get past the first 20 minutes of gameplay and pick pronouns and then get into the real nitty-gritty of a game and you return it, there's something wrong, because like you just spent $100 on Starfield because you were like, oh yeah, this is gonna go hard, and then they're like, are you a they them?
Delete.
And you're like, no, give me my money back. That's sad.
That's kind of a waste. That's a waste of time. This
Money, effort. You have to input that information. Like, it was just so pointless to me. Like, I could get, if you get into a game and you've been playing it for like 2 hours and you're just like, this game is so shitty, let me not play it anymore, then yeah, I can get it. But so that was like, oh, okay, maybe people are just stupid. And then I watched a couple more videos, and as I was watching the videos, I was like, I really like the look of this game.
It looks
like
dirty.
I can appreciate the art style. Like it's glorious, I will say. But then I was watching people play it, and then I was also watching people review it. And so as I was watching people play it, I noticed that within the first hour, it went from beautiful scenery and beautifully polished to a lot of bugs, mistakes, and everything else. It was just it went downhill quite quickly. Like, I went into it and was like, oh, this is something that I could probably play with my friends. Like, I don't play anything but Minecraft. Like, I'm Butters in this situation. And so I was just like, pretty game, but shitty NPCs. Because, like, one common thing that I saw in like 5 videos is that when someone was trying to complete this one, what do you call it? Like, task, the NPC floated out of the space station and they physically could not get to them to complete the task. They had to completely restart the game.
Welcome to
And
Bethesda.
so, yeah.
Sarah, I'm gonna blow your mind. I'm gonna blow your mind.
Okay.
Every single Bethesda game is like that. All of them.
Really?
Yeah. All of them.
The most I've been modding Fallout 4 a lot, and the most common thing is just bug fixes that people get for mods.
Yeah, they had Bethesda just be like, you know what? You know, we'll fucking do this. I saw a review from this. It was called like a skeptical review of Starfield, and it was
I watched that one.
The dude was like, I can see the nulls that are supposed to hold shit like the shit down.
Yeah,
Which is weird.
Yikes.
But I don't know, that's Bethesda.
I will say if Bethesda did go back in and do the bug fixes they needed to for this game,
they won't.
And I know that they won't.
They never do.
But if they were to, and they made it playable without mods, like more enjoyable is what I mean, without the mods, then I could see it being like a game that people would actually enjoy for a long time. Like how we were just talking about Assassin's Creed from 2007. Like it was so life-changing for people in 2007 that we're talking about it in 2023.
Yeah. Well, hold on. That game series.
I'm not saying it's good. I'm saying that it's memorable.
The first Assassin's Creed was fucking sick.
Yeah, the first the first
Assassin's
4.
Creed 2.
The first 4 were pretty good.
Revelations was kind of shit, and then 4 was what was 4? Black Flag, I think.
Yeah, it was the boat.
No, well,
it was Assassin's Creed 2, Wait, didn't we get 3 games with Ezra?
So
and
it's
Zio,
it's 1, and then it's 2 Brotherhood, and then it's 2 Revelations, and then it was 3, which was the US
3 is good.
3 is good. 3. And then 4 was Black Flag.
4 they just took they had ships in 3 Sahara, and they just pretty much people loved them, so they were like, what if we made an entire game that was boats, and people
you get to be an assassin pirate,
and people were like, this is fucking sick. It was
fucking sick.
It was fucking sick. It was actually, I just love that. It's like, oh yeah, oh, they love this, give them it. And that's what's missing nowadays.
It really is. Gaming overall peaked in 2007 when Halo 3 came out.
Okay,
listen, Halo 3 was the fastest grossing piece of media in history up to that point. Not just gaming, piece of media. It made more money than movies. And it was so goddamn important to the world.
It's not important anymore.
That Bill Gates stepped down from his throne and gave the first guy in line at a GameStop. He sold him the first copy ever sold of Halo 3 in person.
Bill Gates stopped eating the bones of the people he has killed to sell a copy of. Wow. You think they would give him
that copy? That copy is signed, and it is now worth like $7,000.
That's it. That's kind of light.
That's it.
that's kind of light for Bill Gates. You ever see that? You ever see that footage of Magnus Carlsen beating Bill Gates in chess in 20 seconds?
No.
It's the funniest shit ever. It just starts and then it's over.
You want to know what else released in 2007?
What?
Guitar Hero.
The COD 4 Modern Warfare.
Oh.
Team Fortress 2, the first Portal game.
Nice.
Mass Effect, the first one. Uncharted: Drake's Fortune. Crisis. Stalker: Shadow of Chernobyl. Half-Life 2 Episode 2.
Jesus.
The Darkness, the first Witcher.
Jesus.
A Crash game, Manhunt 2, Spider-Man 3.
I do love Spider-Man.
Have you played the PlayStation one?
Me?
Oh, Silent Hill Origins came out that year. That's a pretty good game.
Reid, I've listed all the video games I've played.
Oh, right. We can change that.
Like,
Don't worry
2
about
minutes
that.
ago.
We'll change that.
All those games came out that year.
Nice.
Oh, I saw this thing. The reviewers, if they do a positive, they get shit on. If they do a negative, they get shit on. There is no winning.
No, there isn't. I noticed that too.
I mean, I don't like reviewers. I've made fun of them in the past in a video, link down below. And I don't know. I was just like, this is ridiculous. There is no winning. And also people are being intentionally obtuse about it. Like when you try to compare it to No Man's Sky, they go, it's a different type of game. But it's like there's mechanics that accomplish similar things. What the fuck? How can't you compare them? One game just handles it better.
What type of game is it?
Well, Starfield's RPG.
And what is No Man's Sky?
Space sim.
I mean,
Oh.
I disagree with. I disagree with both actually.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Starfield is that much of an art. I feel like Bethesda has just gotten further and further away from RPG, and more into just like
Game.
whatever game exactly.
Game.
You know,
It looks like there's not a lot of RPG mechanics, and honestly, it looks like No Man's Sky has better RPG mechanics than Starfield.
Yeah.
There's actually a really good story in No Man's Sky.
Yeah, the main quest in Starfield is shit.
Yeah.
He cut out. That was weird.
The last what?
Keep going.
what?
Where you cut out for a second.
Oh. The last good story that Bethesda made was Fallout 3. And that story wasn't fantastic, but
Well, 4.
Um,
What's wrong with 4?
4 is really shit. The story of 4 is really shit. It is completely ridiculous, and there's almost no choice involved.
That's sad.
Fallout 4 is an exercise in how to make it seem like there's choice, but there isn't. That you can make one choice, and that's what faction you want to side with, and that's it.
Huh.
Mm.
You know, I like the Minutemen. Another settlement needs your help.
Needs your help. I'll mark it on your map.
Every time you talk to him, it's just another settlement.
Preston Garvey. I fucking hate him so much.
You know what? He should be in every Bethesda game, I think. He should be like the Stan Lee of Bethesda games.
Preston Garvey should be the Stan Lee of Bethesda games?
Yes.
No.
That is the more $1 billion.
Yeah, there's probably already a mod of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen 5 different mods that all they do is remove that thing about Preston Garvey.
What?
It's called Radiant Quests is what it's called. When he just keeps giving you random settlements that need your help, and he'll mark it on your map.
I mean, I don't know. I would go help them, and then I'd steal their shit.
Well, I mean,
Sounds
you get
alright.
when you help a settlement, you get that settlement where you can build on, but most of them are in really shitty spots, and most of them are in the same pretty much area of the map, so you don't really need more than like a couple in that area.
I mean, I helped them establish the I don't know, the Minutemen or the good guys, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they're all kind of the good guys, I guess, in a way, except the Institute. The Institute is just like downright evil, 100%. And
What's
then the
the
Brotherhood
Institute
of
again?
Steel. The Institute is your son Sean gets kidnapped by them while you're in a cryo chamber in a cryopod,
Mm-hmm.
and then he becomes the director of the Institute.
Mm-hmm.
And then while you're still in the cryopod, and then you come out and your son is old. Sean, he's old now, and he's about to die, and then he's the leader of the Institute, and all they do is they say that they tried to help the wasteland, but they really didn't. Yeah, they tried to make a council early on when the Great War happened and when the bombs fell, But it says in lore that the Institute fucking destroyed everything. So if you side with them, you're just evil. And the Brotherhood has done some pretty evil things, but it's all because of their ideology of like they're the only ones that should have advanced technology because no one else can wield it.
I mean, that's correct. No one else can wield it.
I mean, yeah, but it's I mean, if they find someone, oh, they also hate synths, and synths are just like fake robot humans. And then there's the railroad that is the exact opposite of that. The entire purpose of the railroad is to save synths because they believe that they're all kind of like humans and they should be saved.
Okay.
So if you side with them, like that's it. That's your whole purpose. There's like no way that they could ever defeat the Brotherhood, but because you're the main protagonist, you get to help the railroad destroy the Brotherhood and the Institute.
I do whatever the fuck I want in that game. I don't help anybody.
Yeah.
I help the middlemen a little bit, but I don't really align with them. I just kind of do what I want.
Yeah.
That seems like your philosophy for like most games.
Do whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, in Hitman, it's supposed to be a stealth game, not a full frontal assault game, but, you know, I made it work.
Again, sounds about right.
Yeah.
You want to do your conspiracy time?
Sure.
And then
What do we have? What do we have on the list for today?
hold on,
Okay.
we're supposed to guess. Remember?
Oh.
Oh yeah. Okay, so the first one I'm talking about I found on TikTok, so I didn't like do too much research on it. I just want to talk about it. It's going to be more of like a discussion topic. Because this is quote unquote TikTok conspiracy theorists, not actual conspiracy theorists.
Oh no.
So it's slightly worse because
Instead
it's
of
women on TikTok.
Instead of calling them TikTok conspiracy theorists, can we call them Tide Pod conspiracy theorists?
No, because they're older than us.
Oh shit. Can we call them Karen conspiracy theorist?
Yeah, let's call it a
Boomer.
Karen conspiracy.
Boomer
conspiracies.
Boomer conspiracies are better.
Yes. Okay, and so that's the first one, and then the second one is an actual conspiracy theory.
Ooh.
Slash little bit of informational.
That sounds fun. Let's get into it.
I actually had a lot of fun researching it, so
I'm glad.
All right, do you guys want to guess our boomer conspiracy
Is
theory?
it Mount Rushmore?
Oh.
It is not.
Can you throw us a hint?
It kind of ties into last week.
Okay. Ooh. It's not flat earthers because we kind of made fun of them. It's not the 9/11 people.
Not yet.
Is it about certain people getting replaced?
Are we doing that again?
No.
Is it?
We could
What did Iran do this time?
Eventually.
Is it related to Bigfoot?
Is it?
No.
Is it cryptid?
No.
Is it like a murder?
No.
I'm stumped.
Moon landing.
We did that.
It
related.
Is space related.
Space aliens.
It's not aliens.
The moon is fake.
Or is it like there's an
atmosphere,
there's an asteroid heading our way?
No, it is so much worse than this. Okay. So when I was searching for some like common conspiracy theories that like would be relevant to what's going on like with today, like a week ago. So I found this when I was looking at videos of conspiracy theories like for last week. And so I saw this and like the clickbait was real, so I clicked on it on TikTok search and I was like, this looks stupid. Like I am a proclaimed conspiracy enthusiast. I choose to believe some parts and I don't believe all of it. So this one just really threw me for a loop and I was like, this is completely bonkers.
Is this gonna be dumber than Iran killed Michael Jackson?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay, guys. So this one is, why haven't we been able to map the ocean and space?
Well,
I want to hear your thoughts
well,
first.
Pressure,
pressure's typically a problem.
Mhm.
heat.
Can
Okay.
you bounce a signal off the ocean floor and then back?
I don't know,
I
man.
suppose. I don't know.
I mean, we know like off the coast of Hawaii, if the ocean wasn't there, it'd be a bigger mountain than Mount Everest.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we know that, and we know the Marianas Trench is fucking deep. I'm gonna guess it's just fucking deep. It's just
The
Yeah.
government.
You would think that. Okay,
you
so this
know
kind
what?
of ties in.
I blame Venezuela. It's their fault.
I
It's still
blame
Venezuela's fault.
Canada.
Oh, you know what? It might be their fault.
Okay, so how do I want to say this? No, that's not it at all. So they are convinced that the moon landing was not real,
Okay.
and this is how it ties in.
So
They think,
these people are real smart.
Yeah.
oh yeah, so smart. They think that the sea is a gateway to space, and that because we haven't been able to like figure out if there's like life on other planets or how deep the ocean is, they think if you go deep enough into the ocean, you will be in space.
Mm.
And that we are a floating rock with water all around it. But like the ocean is one whole thing, and we're like the nucleus.
This is just okay.
Insane.
This is just hollow Earth theory, but extreme.
Yeah, like the videos are crazy. Like I was looking at them before, and like, yeah,
No,
it's crazy.
this is dumb. This
And so one of my favorite comments on this video is so she's like talking about how the earth is beneath the sea or some stupid shit like that.
what? I
And
mean, in some parts.
Someone commented, that's why Sandy wears a spacesuit in SpongeBob.
Oh my god. What
And
did
I
we?
was like,
Where did we go
ooh.
wrong?
Natural selection.
We took the art program out of schools.
No,
and then
we
started.
we put the art program. What do you mean? That's creativity. We gotta crush that.
Well, no. You take it away, and then their creativity goes to the library, and they're like, this isn't real. So I just thought it was really interesting because I have not heard something that out of pocket in a while. Because, like, who the hell is, like, looking up at the sky like, them stars really be looking like starfish?
What?
You know, sometimes I want to just like, okay, like that's just what they believe. You know, it's okay. It's just their belief.
Mhm.
But you know, you don't say the same thing about schizophrenics, do you? You say like, wow, he needs to get some help. Like that guy's insane. You know, these people are genuinely insane, and I don't think we should respect their opinion or whatever the fuck. I think they need to get help. Nah,
Yeah.
I don't think we should respect their opinion.
You know, this sounds like some TikTok shit. This
You don't tell your crazy Uncle Jimmy who talks to the plumbing. You don't tell him like, oh, you know what, man, you have a point. You know, personally, I don't believe it, but no, you tell him you need to seek professional help and enter yourself into an institution for at least a year because there is something genuinely wrong with you. And there's genuinely something wrong with these people for them to actually genuinely believe something that batshit insane.
And there's hundreds of TikToks about it. And people are like, the earth is beneath the sea. The sea
I
is
mean,
the sky.
in New Orleans.
That's true.
New Orleans is below sea level, but
that is true.
and that's why it's haunted.
Barrio, if you're listening to this, you're just in space,
Yeah, that's right.
basically.
Hey,
You're
ground control to Barrio. Come in.
yeah, Barrio. You're an astronaut, man.
Yeah, you've been to
You're
space longer than Jeff Bezos has.
does that mean there's crocodiles or alligators?
Crocodiles in space.
Yeah,
That sounds like a
alligators.
that sounds like a shitty low
Louisiana.
budget movie.
Alligators. It's like
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 snakes.
Sharknado.
That's like
It's
snakes.
as crazy as
It's
Sharknado.
like snakes on a plane.
I have
Yeah.
unfortunately seen, I think, all of the Sharknado movies because my dad
Jesus
watched them
Jeez. I
because he
mean,
thought it was so funny how stupid they were.
that does happen, but with crocodiles and no alligators in Florida. When a hurricane passes through, they get lifted.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah, but same thing happens with like cows and shit, you know.
yeah, but this is
Yeah.
this is alligators
happened-
falling from the sky, Maury.
That happened to a baby when I was
What?
in Indiana. A baby got swept up in a hurricane and it was stuck in a tree. Or
Oh.
not a hurricane, a tornado. Sorry. Tornado. Just Midwest things.
Yeah. Damn, honey, the tornado took the baby.
You guys ever sleep
Goddamn
outside
tornado took
during a
my baby.
hurricane?
Huh?
You guys ever sleep outside during a hurricane
No.
and
Yeah.
just go to sleep and that's it?
No.
Tie yourself to the trampoline.
And in Georgia, I slipped. I was in basic training, and we were at this range thing,
Mhm.
and it was the first day we were there. We were supposed to sleep in this really outside, in the middle of nowhere area, and then later in the day they were like, "Yeah, hurricane's coming tonight. It's gonna be pretty massive, so we're gonna let you guys sleep under this giant awning instead." And then we slept there, and I was on the opposite side from where the hurricane was coming from, where the rain was coming from. And I swear to God, the rain was hitting me on the other side of the awning.
That's
Nice.
fucked up. Just let him sleep in a building.
So the
It
rain
wasn't
was
even a
going
building.
the rain was going sideways
Yeah, rain does
and
go
hitting me.
sideways.
And yeah, I just slept through it pretty much. I kept waking up.
Angular
But,
rain.
Yeah.
Weather is very interesting.
Well, there's a pain in my ass. With
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Hey.
wither.
the wither. Oh my god. Did you see China beat the wither and now they have constructed a beacon? I don't know
Yeah.
what to do.
They've constructed a beacon, and now they have speed of 1.
Oh, something insane happened in China. Just okay.
Oh, did they
No. Just
Oh.
so the housing the house people started selling their houses. The mortgage companies, they started selling the houses because they had a shitload of inventory.
Mhm.
The government just said you can't sell that.
Uh-huh.
You can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
And you can't sell a house below its value, is what the government said. So what they did is they offered it up for market value, and also offered $200,000 worth in gold.
Mhm.
There you go, workaround. But also they started selling houses on live streams.
Nice.
Cool.
What a way to sell houses!
I would buy a house on live stream.
Why?
It's like QVC.
Should we buy houses in China? Nah.
Let's not buy houses
Nah.
in China.
It was a fun thought for 30 seconds, and then I remembered, oh wait, it's China.
Yeah.
I was
They'll
like,
probably seize it from us anyways.
yeah, I was like, oh, investment, and I was like, oh wait, no.
Yeah. There is no investing over there.
Oh wait, oh wait, freaking civil rights abuse. Never mind. Well,
Yeah.
I saw a report that Warner Brothers is willing to take a $300 million to $500 million loss on the strike,
Wow.
which is insane because they've been losing money throughout this year. Their only
Yeah.
win was Barbie. Everything else lost money. They haven't really.
That's
Gollum failed. They didn't make any money off of that. Gotham Knights didn't do too great. I think might turn it around with Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, but I'm not optimistic. They should have just made a
No.
Superman game. But I'll buy it. I'll buy it just to see Kevin Conroy one more time as Batman. Yeah.
I'll just watch a video.
I'll play it, Maureen, and I'll tell you if it's good or not.
Okay.
Gotham Knights, with that one, you need friends to make it good.
I don't have those.
Yeah, we're not friends in real life. It's
Yeah,
all
we actually
show.
hate each other.
Yeah, it's like the Mythbusters.
Yeah, exactly.
I've never met these men in my life.
It's like Drake and Josh. It's really upsetting.
Who are you people? Where am I?
Who am I? What are this? What is love?
Reid keeps me tied to a chair in the basement of his house.
That's right.
And Ryder and Penny keep watch of me. And whenever he needs me to make a funny and record it, he just drags me on the chair, tied to the chair, just drags me upstairs and puts a microphone in front of me.
Put a mic.
And then
well, then I
dangles he dangles some food in front of me, and then I'm like, haha.
It's Jalen's spaghetti. Jalen's in on it.
Yeah. It ought to be.
Chef Jalen up in the kitchen, chefing up.
Chefing it up in the kitchen once more. Anyways, we're talking about conspiracy theories.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
We keep on losing the track.
It's okay. Okay, so I did a lot of research on this. And so the main conspiracy theory this week is chemtrails and geoengineering.
Oh my. Chemtrails? What was the second one?
Okay. Huh?
What was the second one?
Geoengineering.
What that?
I'm going to explain it.
All right.
With my lore and evidence, and then so I'm gonna explain everything, and then I'm gonna ask you guys a couple questions and get your guys' opinions. So I want you to take in the information as I read it. All right. Okay. So a chemtrail is a commonly used term to describe a weaponized contrail. Weaponized is used loosely because this is from the point of view of a conspiracy theorist. A contrail forms when soot particles from jet fuel combine with water vapor, freezing in our atmosphere, leaving a cirrus-like cloud across the sky in streaks. Humidity, altitude, speed, and aircraft type greatly play a factor in these white cloud-like lines. So they can come from anything, and that's just typically how they are made. Geoengineering, in its essence, is made of two different processes to control and reverse climate change. So this one's about climate change, which is a controversial topic. So the first type of geoengineering is solar, which is the process of using reflective particles to deflect harmful UV rays and point them away from our planet. And there's various ways to do this. And the other is carbon engineering, which is when we collect mass amounts of carbon dioxide trapped in our atmosphere with reforestation, afforestation, and forest restoration.
This sounds like learning.
This is somewhat learning because I did learn.
This is bullshit. Sign up to learn nothing.
So in 1965, President Lyndon Johnson's Science Advisory Committee brought this to his attention, and it was not in his address to the United States at the time, but they did suggest that they should do something in mass amounts of trapped greenhouse gases. But he was like, put that to the side, Jimmy. And
who did that?
Don't worry about it.
So anyway,
that was so well timed.
That was so good. Okay, so this resulted in scientists suggesting scattering reflective particles across our ocean to prevent the warming sun rays, which I thought was really weird. But anyway, so back to chemtrails and contrails. So the theory of chemtrails started as early as the 1990s, and many people started noticing contrails in the sky over their houses, and they noticed that their neighbors started acting weird on days that were high in contrails in the sky, and some people were having more health issues as well. And so they believe it to be the government wanting to control population numbers in lower income neighborhoods and even managing the amount of pushback from lower class citizens.
That's not how the government handles that.
I know.
I
know.
They have them get addicted to crack. We call that MK Ultra.
Yeah.
That's true. So, in order to prove this theory, it is quite difficult because strategically and monetarily, it is not efficient to prove the theory due to the size of their aircraft fleets that are actually equipped enough to test the contrails, and it is super expensive. And so,
how much?
I don't know that much because I was like,
is it more than 3?
What?
Is it more than 3?
3 what?
Dollars?
Yes.
At least 10.
Oh, that's too steep. Never mind. We don't need to research this.
Okay, so anyways, there's just not enough people that are like, yeah, this matters.
Maury's playing with the Discord sounds.
Yeah, he is. Okay, so anyway, so some witnesses have quote unquote captured unmarked and military aircrafts leaving chemtrails lasting hours to days. And in those areas, there has been testing done with results ending in mass amounts of. So there's been testing done. So there has been testing done in areas that reported mass amounts of contrails over their houses, like a lot, like crisscross patterns that was abnormal. So atmospheric and geologic chemists did testing, and they found a surplus of non-naturally occurring chemicals in the soil that were not there previously. However, many scientists in the community believe that the tests were performed incorrectly. Americans are highly misinformed and won't bother providing any more information due to misinformation surrounding the topic. But they also will not redo the tests in the same areas to prove that they were done incorrectly and that the mass amounts of non-occurring chemicals is due to contrails. So they won't confirm nor deny with their own testing.
The conspiracy is these chemicals allegedly make us moody.
Yes and no. So a lot of people just believe that the government is covering them up because they're trying to use them for genetic testing on people, like in lower income neighborhoods, and with like chemicals like such as like medicines or like mood altering things, and then they're monitoring it. But like,
well,
whatever.
This is okay. This is too much fucking work for the government. The government, I don't know if you noticed, the government doesn't like doing things. And this sounds like too much of a thing. They already have access to our water supply. So if they wanted to control us, you could just use the water supply.
Well,
I mean, yeah, but I feel like it is more difficult to prove contrails or chemtrails, whatever the fuck you're calling them. I don't know what.
It's chemtrails. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
It's the same.
But it seems more difficult to prove chemtrails than it does to prove that there's something in the water supply.
Yeah, but with that, you can just silence whoever is trying to prove it.
Yeah, but the water supply is being constantly tested all over the country at different times of the day.
By whose organizations?
The water company.
Oh, you can do that right now. You yourself.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
And then if you do it,
Reid.
they just kick down your door.
Yeah.
Hey,
You
yo.
you can buy a kit to test your water from Amazon or wherever the fuck
I'm
you
gonna do
want.
that. I want to see how much
But
radon
but
is on there.
Well,
but try getting a sample of the atmosphere. Read.
that's why people can't disprove it, because there's so very few aircrafts that are actually able to go up there, get the samples, come back, test them. It's hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars to just do that.
Have we
So,
well, I mean, a balloon can get to the edge of the atmosphere,
mhm,
and we have hot air balloons.
mhm.
I think we just send them up. Wait,
I mean, I
didn't
guess.
that the guy that jumped from orbit? Didn't he use a balloon?
I have no idea.
I'm pretty sure he
No
used a
clue.
balloon because Red Bull would not fucking pay for a rocket.
Okay. So let me finish with the conspiracy theory, and then we're going to talk about our thoughts and ideas about the rest. So, geoengineering really plays into the chemtrails
Hmm.
because it is um literally planetary scale technology,
Hmm.
because geoengineering is literally controlling the climate. And a lot of people do believe that the government could have control over the climate. And it's just very interesting. So, according to a study in 2021 done by Yale, so reputable, 72% of people in America believe in global warming, like
Okay.
believe that it is happening, but 57% believe it's due to human carbon emissions. So the rest of the people, the other, like, what is it?
20%. 20.
20% don't believe that it's due to the carbon emissions, and they think it's something else. But so I think that's interesting. But we have the technology to control the entire planets, how much sun they're getting, trying to cool the planet,
We
and
do?
we do.
What?
It's
Okay,
because
do that.
so here's my thinking with the fact that we're using reflective properties in our oceans, in our dirt, like everywhere. We're using mass amounts of reflective things to combat the sun away from the earth because it's warming so rapidly. So we're doing all those things and a number of other things that don't relate to what I'm talking about. Um but what is preventing them to, like, the government is the them, to use said powers, any government who has the ability to refract the sun away from the whole earth? What is the stopping point of them being like, oh, maybe we should take the sun away from said country that we want to go to war with
I
and make
don't.
it cold?
We
Or
don't take
like,
away the sun. We give them more suns. I don't know.
yeah, well, cold, or give them more sun and catch it on fire, So
No one
both
got
are
that one. Okay.
believed to
Syria is on fire
endorse.
right now.
It is?
Yeah.
No,
Oh.
but we could.
Um,
We could set her on fire.
we could theoretically, the government could set another country on fire by reducing the amount of reflective
I mean,
properties in the oceans or anything that's stopping the sun from
I
harming them.
don't believe
But
any of this. This is
I know you
insane.
think it's a crock of shit. So okay, so this is going back to the
I love that.
chemtrails.
I love that saying so much.
What's saying?
I know. You think it's a crock of shit.
Okay, anyway. So going back to the chemtrails, when I was a kid in Indiana, I know I talked about Indiana a lot this episode. So where I used to live was a very small town, and there was a farm. So I didn't have a farm, I lived in a subdivision, but there was like a retention pond behind my house, and then on the other side of the pond was a little bit of woods.
Mhm.
And then on the other side of the woods was a cow farm and hayfield. And so who owned the hayfield would have a crop duster come and spray chemicals on the crops to prevent the bugs and stuff. That's fine. However, because it was such a common occurrence, like it was like really nobody really cared. Like it was just so normal. But something my mom and I were talking about last night when I was talking to her about chemtrails is we realized something from my mom grew up in California. I grew up in Indiana. So something that was common amongst our childhood that we realized because I was talking about the chemtrails and how some people believe that there's chemicals being spread across the country using the chemtrails is that there was like once a week or every 2 weeks that um you had to go inside. Like if you or your kids were playing outside, you had to immediately go home or go into the nearest person's house. Like say you're at your friend's house and it's like 7 o'clock. You have to go into your friend's house for the next hour and a half until it is safe because they would have a crop duster come and spray pesticides, quote unquote pesticides, over the neighborhood. That was in California
Okay.
in the 70s, 80s, 90s. And you couldn't go outside until the crop duster was gone. Like they wouldn't give you a warning. You would just hear the
Were they
plane.
farming?
No, this is in the suburbs of California. There's no fields. It was literally spraying pesticides because of quote unquote mosquito problems.
I mean, okay, hold on.
And now look at you.
Yeah.
Hang on. This gets even deeper. And I remembered because my mom was telling me that. I remembered when I was like 5, 6, 7, maybe even younger, living in Indiana, we'd be playing outside in the street. And then, it's 6:30. The bug guy is coming. And they would have this guy in a pickup truck. And one would drive and the other guy would be in the back seat. And you know, like the, or not in the back seat, like the bed of the truck. And you know, the like metal tubing for washers and dryers, you know how like they're big aluminum tubes? There was one put up against like the truck, whatever the machine was on the back of the truck. And he would spray the whole neighborhood. He would drive up and down every single street of the subdivision. And they said they were spraying for mosquitoes. And if you were outside, they couldn't spray. So if people were still outside, they'd have to come back.
Yeah, because they're toxic.
Because it was highly toxic and it wasn't safe to stay outside or go outside for like
toxic.
an hour.
Yeah, I am.
And
it sounds like they're just trying to kill the mosquitoes. It doesn't really sound that suspicious.
But there wasn't that many mosquitoes.
Yeah, because they were doing their job.
No.
But
no.
But
because I remember that they stopped, and when I went out there recently, they don't do it anymore.
Yeah, and ever since then I've seen a shitload of mosquitoes.
Not in Indiana. There's not a shit ton of mosquitoes.
Oh shit. In California, that makes sense. I'd
still
pesticide
mosquitoes.
a state to get rid of them. I swear to God.
But it's always been a constant state of mosquitoes. There hasn't been a change, and they stopped doing the chemicals. I just thought it was weird because I completely forgot about it because they don't do that anymore. But my question for you guys is, what do you guys think?
I think it's too elaborate. It's too elaborate.
But do you think that chemtrails could be used for biological warfare?
Maybe. But also we already have biowarfare weapons. So
yeah, but
I mean, why would we need to? A lot of these theories can be wrecked by practical thought. We already have bioweapons.
I mean, yes.
We can just load. Just switch out the fucking warhead, and put it in a biohazard one that's a bioweapon.
I mean, yeah.
We don't need these elaborate ass ways to do this.
They're not very elaborate.
We've had biowarfare for 100 years.
I know, but like you would literally just have to put chemicals in a plane.
Well, it's as easy as pissing in a bucket of bleach.
Fly over. You don't have to drop anything. You just have to fly over, and it stays in the sky for days.
I think I just landed us on the watch list with that fun fact I just said.
Yeah.
Hey, Brock, bleep that.
I don't know.
Don't
What do you-
don't actually. Don't actually.
Yeah,
you don't,
let it
you don't
ride.
need. Yeah, let it ride.
Let it ride,
I
baby.
don't care.
Well,
It's a lot funnier if we don't care, Reid. If you just don't care, it's a lot funnier.
and it's a lot
okay?
funnier if we get
Just
arrested by
stop.
the feds.
We're not gonna get fucking arrested. Dog, there's like 20
I'm a
people
nice
watching.
girl.
There's 20 people watching. All right, there's 20 people that are gonna watch this,
They'll get us.
and none of them are gonna be like, oh hey FBI, we got this guy Reid, and Sahara and Maury that I don't know, they said something about chemtrails. You want to check them up? No, no one's gonna fucking do that. Okay, no one cares. But anyways, chemtrails. I don't know, man. I don't really care. What are we gonna do about it? What are we
Yeah,
gonna do about it, huh?
Exactly.
nothing.
It's the government. That's why I'm gonna go somewhere very hidden, and I'm gonna live by myself until I get Waco'd,
Oh, Jesus, Jesus,
and that's it.
dude, do not use Waco as a verb.
Hey, hey, it happened. You know?
So they're gonna kill 60 children at your house?
Yeah.
Damn. Why were they there?
Reasons.
No comment.
Yeah. They said
I played the fifth.
we surrendered too much, so they shot us.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah.
Boo the ATF. Boo.
Ooh.
Oh.
That's
Down with the ATF.
that's big with military people. Boo the ATF.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have an ATF jacket.
Like
It's
the ATF is the real fun police.
They're like, yes,
They're the real.
they are genuinely the fun police.
They're like the only agency to start enforcing the fucking prohibition.
Yeah.
Wasn't that their
Mhm.
purpose?
Alcohol, tobacco, firearms. Yeah.
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 Those fucking narcs.
Yep.
They were insane. There was a racetrack, and under it there was a moonshining lab.
Mhm.
And instead of taking all the shit out, they just decided, fuck it, blow it up. And
Mhm.
now the
Mhm.
racetrack is one part of the racetrack is lower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The ATF is genuinely
Crazy.
the most insane and morally corrupt institution in the United States
Yeah.
government.
They tried to argue they could make their own laws.
Yeah.
That's
This
not
just
happening.
happened like a few months ago.
That's
They
not
tried to
gonna happen.
reinterpret an already existing law to cover other things. They essentially they became the what branch of government is made to their entire purpose?
Judicial?
Legislative.
Legislative.
Yeah, legislative. They became the legislative branch for themselves and put into effect a law that was already in effect, but just reinterpreted what it said.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love paraphrasing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I love looking at a law and then being like, this says don't kill people. We're just gonna switch this to say don't kill people on Tuesdays.
Yeah.
Boom.
No, that implies that you can kill people every day, but Tuesday. It's saying this law says don't kill people, but changing it, don't murder people.
I mean,
Yeah.
kind of, but weren't they using it for like a nefarious purpose?
So
So
it's more like it's now covering things that were not covered.
Like
So
what?
now you can't now things that were legal are now illegal, even if you already own them.
What? Oh, it was firearms. This is
Oh.
law for firearms.
Yes, it was for
Okay.
firearms.
makes sense
That
then.
sounds suspicious. I don't know.
It is very
I don't
it is
know
very
about
suspicious.
gun control or whatever, but it needs to be, if it's done, it needs to be done through it needs to be done through the legislative system
Yeah.
for sure. First and foremost, if it's done at all.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Thanks for listening to this week's episode of the Gred podcast. If you liked it, let us know.
You sound so
Feel free.
professional.
I know.
I love
Thank
it.
you. Feel free to sub to our YouTube and follow us on Spotify. Want to stay in the loop? Follow us on Instagram at the Gred Pod, and other socials are at the Gred Podcast. Check out our link tree for all of those as well. Till next time.
Also share us, please.
Yes.
Share
please
us,
share.
please. All right. Bye.
Right. Bye.
Bye.